What's going on, guys? Welcome to Inside the Horseshoe. My name is Matt, and the Colts unfortunately lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers yesterday, 38 to 31. And I'm going to give you guys my reasons why I believe the Colts lost to the Buccaneers. And I think you guys are probably going to disagree with me with one thing, but we're going to get into it. But before I do that, if you're new or if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate if you would click that subscribe button. Also, click the bell icon. That way, you're notified whenever I upload a video or go live. If you like this video, smack the like button. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know down below. And also, if you have a Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter at horseshoe_pod. There is a link in the description down below for you to do so. So, with that being said, let's get into it. Now, I've seen a lot of people say the reason why we lost this game was because we abandoned the run and Jonathan Taylor did not get enough touches. And I understand why people feel that way. I truly do. There were 26 straight plays that had Carson Wentz throwing the ball. I don't think that's happened all year long. I think this is the first time all season long where we had a game where 26 straight plays were all passes. So I understand why people are upset that Jonathan Taylor didn't get more touches than he did. I believe he only had one touch in the third quarter. In the second quarter, he started to get more yards per carry. So I understand why people are upset. And of course, in the fourth quarter, the drive that tied the game, it was all Jonathan Taylor. So I understand why people are like, well, if we would have gave Jonathan Taylor the ball more, we would have won the game. I understand that. But guys, you got to remember, in the beginning of the game, Tampa Bay took Jonathan Taylor out of the game. I mean, credit to Tampa Bay's defense for doing so. They were able to do that early on in the game. So we had to throw the ball. And we were doing really good throwing the football. Carson Wentz was playing great yesterday. Okay? I mean, heck, at one point, when I go on Twitter, because I was at the game, I didn't see one person say, run the ball more. Give Jonathan Taylor the ball more. I never saw that. I saw a hashtag, going around saying cooking with Carson. So people weren't upset at that point that we were just throwing the ball. So why are we upset now? Because we were fine with it until we lost the game. Carson was playing great. So why go back to something that wasn't working when you could do something that was working great? We put 31 points on the board against one of, if not the best defense in the NFL. We had 24 points in the first half. All because Carson Wentz was throwing the football. We did that against the best defense, or at least one of the best defenses in the entire NFL. We were moving the ball down the field just fine. You know what killed us? It wasn't running the ball. And then, of course, I've seen other people playing this game on Frank Reich. And to me, I think that's crazy. Frank Reich, in my opinion, called a great game. He absolutely did. And there have been games where I didn't think he did that good of a job calling games. There was the Baltimore Ravens game where I felt like he could have done better. Heck, going back to the run, I thought we should have ran the ball more in the Ravens game and in both Titans games. Because it was working. It was working great, but we abandoned it. I didn't think that was the case in this game. I thought Frank Reich in this game called a very good game. Did he have some hiccups? Sure. Of course he had some hiccups. But this loss is not on him. I know a lot of people want to put the blame on him because he's the head coach. He's the one drawing up the plays. But the players have to be the ones making the plays. Frank Reich cannot control what happens during the play. He's not going to go out there and play quarterback. He's not going to go out there and play running back. He's not going to block. He's not going to catch the ball. He's just going to call the plays. You as a team have to convert those plays. And for the most part, we were doing so. He did a really good job in yesterday's game. And if we would have won the game, and if we would have held Tampa Bay to 21 points or less, then we would all be saying, Frank Reich did a great job calling yesterday's game. Unbelievable job. So now we're going to talk about why the Colts actually lost the game yesterday. And I have two reasons as to why we lost. And the first reason we're going to talk about played the biggest factor into us losing, and that was turnovers. Plain simple, that's what killed us at the end of the day. Because when you have as many turnovers as we did against Tom Brady, you're going to lose every single time. If you have one turnover or two turnovers, you might be lucky and get the win. But when you have 4 or 5 turnovers, you're going to lose to Tom Brady every single time. For example, the ones that killed us the most, Zach Pascal fumbling the ball at the 46-yard line. Tampa Bay picks it up, runs it to the 34-yard line. They get 7 points off that turnover. Then Nyheim Hines muffs the punt. Defense stops Tom Brady. They have to, punt the ball to us. We're down 4. Hines muffs the punt. They pick it up. They get 3 points, puts them up 7 in that situation. Right there, that fumble by Pascal and that muff punt by Hines, that gave Tampa Bay 10 points. If those turnovers don't happen, they don't get those 10 points. So that definitely played a big factor into us losing. Also, Eric Fisher gets beat, results in a strip sack. That's not on Carson Wentz, that's on Eric Fisher. If Eric Fisher does his job and doesn't allow that to happen, we might get 3 to 7 points on that drive. We were up 10, driving down the field, potentially going up by 13 to 17 points. That right there killed us. And then, the interception by Carson Wentz, that wasn't great at all. If those turnovers did not happen yesterday, we win the game. For sure. We absolutely win the game because they would have at least 10 points taken off the boards if those turnovers did not happen. So that absolutely was the main reason why we lost. Frank Reich does not control those fumbles happening, or that muff happening, or that interception happening. That's on the players. So take those turnovers away, we win the game. Another reason why we ended up losing this game, and I know there's going to be people that will disagree with me on this, but it's true. A big reason why we lost the game was the defense. Yes, there were drives where the defense did its job and looked really good, for sure, especially early on in the game. But you still allowed 38 points. And yes, I know there were 2 turnovers that put that defense in a bad spot. So take the 10 points that resulted in those turnovers away, they still allowed 28 points. There were multiple drives where Tampa Bay was driving down the field on us. We had no answer for Rob Gronkowski. Which, to be fair, not a lot of people have an answer for Rob Gronkowski. But we didn't have an answer for him. We couldn't stop Leonard Fournette. They were just driving down the field on multiple plays. You as a defense are supposed to stop the opposing offense from going down the field and putting points on you. You have to stop it. And this is something that has been going on all season long. Okay? Ravens game, blew a 19-point lead. That was bad. Titans game from a few weeks back, blew a 14-0 lead. And yes, I know it's not all on the defense. You as an offense have to respond. I get that. But still, the defense allowed it to happen. There were multiple games this year where the defense has allowed the opposing offense to get back in the game. And that happened yet again. You're up 24-14 at halftime, and you let the opposing offense get down the field and score points on you and win the game. The defense did not play good in the second half. There were times where they played well, absolutely, but they did not play good for the most part. They couldn't stop Leonard Fournette. They couldn't stop Rob Gronkowski. And yes, there were a couple penalties that weren't great. I totally get that. But you as a defense, even if you're in a situation where there's a bad penalty thrown or a turnover happens that puts the offense in a great position, you have to stop that offense from scoring. Plain and simple. And they didn't. So yes, the blame does go on the defense as well. Frank Reich can't go out there and play, D-tackle, or he can't play corner. That's on the defense. And there's something wrong with the defense. Frank Reich needs to sit down with Matt Eberflus and figure something out because this is unacceptable. And thank you all for watching. If you're new or if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate if you would click that subscribe button. We're almost to 600 subscribers, so I would appreciate it if you would join us on the journey to 600. Also click the bell icon, that way you're notified whenever I upload a video or go live. If you like the video, smack the like button. Let me know down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know your thoughts down below. Also follow me on Twitter, horseshoe_pod. There is a link in the description down below. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Matt, Bleed Blue. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you watch one of these other 2 videos. They're cool. Also, if you're new, please click the subscribe button as well as the bell icon. I greatly appreciate your support.